recording. Yay. Okay, y'all. Technology this morning, not the best, but again, Zoom and Facebook are glitchy sometimes. So we're recording this behind the scenes. We're just as excited to be here with Hallock Howard, who's going to teach us kind of an at-home sushi rolling tips and everything that we need to know to do it at home, just in time for Mother's Day, right?
I love that. That is exactly what I would like for Mother's Day, is some sushi.
Mm-hmm.
That's for sure. I love that.
Me too. So again, Hallock is here. She's the owner of Amos Mosquitoes in Atlantic Beach, which is a lot of folks' favorites here. Definitely one of our favorites. And she is just awesome. She's such a light in our community, and we're just so excited to have her here to give us some tips.
That's exactly right. I love that. And I happen to know that Hallock's camera woman is her daughter Liza, who is the exact same age as my daughter Sally. Meg, I don't know if you know this, but Hallock and I were in the hospital together.
No way.
Oh yeah.
I did not know that.
Oh yeah. Liza and Sally, are 1 day apart. Is that right? They're 1 day apart, right, Hallock?
1 day apart. I was walking down from the triage room to the delivery room and past Chip in the hallway.
Yeah. She was cool as a cucumber.
Oh my gosh.
But all's well that ends well. They're 13. We made it. We're making it, would actually be more accurate, right, Hallock? We're making it so far. Yeah. Well, I'm so excited. So, you guys, I'm sure that you're aware that Amos Mosquitoes has really pivoted the way that they are handling things right now during COVID-19, and they're doing tons of takeout, and y'all, they're nailing it. So if you've not gotten takeout from them, you should do it. I don't know about y'all, but one of my biggest pet peeves is that when you get takeout from one of your favorite restaurants and, you don't have the sauces and all the stuff. And let me tell you, they're nailing it. I mean, they're making sure that you've got exactly what you need. There's so much time and care put into preparing each dish, which I know, Hallock, means that it takes you guys a long time to get those ready. So tell us kind of what tips do you have for somebody who does want to get takeout from y'all? I mean, how do we make sure that we get our orders in, and how do we make it as easy as possible for your sweet staff who are working so hard for us?
Well, thank you, first of all, Mary Cheatham, for the kind words. And you're right. Our whole system has changed. We now have what feels like an army of people up front taking calls and orders and reading them in, and another army of people in the kitchen who are getting them into boxes and into the right bags. But some tips. What a great idea. Yeah, I do have some tips for people who are. So first of all, our menu is available online at our website, amosmosquitoes.com. And we have our nightly features up every day by 4:15 on our Facebook page. So it is really helpful for you to have your order ready when you call. So if you just already know what you want, if you know what everybody in your family wants when you call, that is helpful for us. The faster we can be on the phone with you, it means we can take more calls. When you come to pick it up, we have, in an effort to, social distance, we have 3 pickup stations that are done alphabetically. And so the way we are bagging items is with the last name. So if you would just know, and sometimes families order together, and when whoever comes to pick up the food, they don't know what the last name was that they placed the order. So if you know the name that the order was placed under, it might not even be your own. If you just know the name, that way we can send you to the right station for picking up, and that is helpful. Some other great tips would be, we are slower on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, hence our new sushi night that is on Tuesday nights as well. So if you're having a hard time getting through, call on Tuesday or Wednesday. Your chances are better. Lastly, I would say to trust the wait times. We're working hard. We're making everything to order so that it's nice and fresh when you come get it. But we're also it's taking a little bit longer than it would to put it on a plate. It's amazing what the difference putting it in a box is. You have to look in there, you have to make sure everybody's got the right thing and the right name. So if you just trust the wait time, if your meal comes up a lot earlier than what we tell you it is, we'll give you a call back. But please, we're being pretty accurate about those times. So don't come early. because then we have a hard time keeping up with the social distancing. And lastly, I would just say, please be patient. We're really working as fast and as best as we can, and we appreciate it all. We appreciate the business so much. And thank you.
I love that. Those are really good tips. I mean, they seem really basic, but I mean, they're really good. And so what I want to point out is, as far as the sushi is concerned, you guys are still doing it on Thursdays, just like always, but you've added Tuesdays. So you can now get sushi, on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
That makes me so happy.
Yeah, that's so good. I love that. And speaking of Liza, I know the Liza roll is one of my favorites. That Liza roll with the fried oysters in it. I mean, y'all got such good traditional rolls that everybody wants, like the spicy tuna in California, but then you've got some really good specialty rolls. What's your favorite specialty roll?
My personal favorite is the scallop fantasy roll. It has raw scallops, asparagus, spicy mayonnaise, scallion, and avocado.
Oh my God, my mouth's watering.
Me too.
It's not late enough to even, but maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I love that. Well, good. Okay. Love this. I love this. Love this. So tell us how, I've never made sushi. I'm doing it. I'm really excited. And what I love is I learned from when I cut Walter's hair that you can go back and rewatch the video. I mean, really, when I cut the other half of his head, I watched the video again to have Christina walk me through. So I'm definitely going to pull this video up this weekend and make the sushi. So tell us kind of, what do we need to get set up?
Okay. There is a little bit of special equipment that you might need, and that is the bamboo mat. It can be done without it, but this makes it a lot easier. We spoke before we got started. You can find these, we think, at Harris Teeter. There's a store in Hallock named Asian Imports, who definitely has all the supplies you would need for rolling sushi. And of course, Amazon is a great source for things. Then you don't have to have a rice cooker, but it makes cooking rice easy and foolproof. And that's really about all the special equipment that someone would need.
Nice.
Okay.
As far as special ingredients, we need the nori, which is the seaweed wrapper that you make the sushi with. And this is a brand that I happen to order. I just ordered this off of Amazon because I ran out at the restaurant. Some people, I thought I'd bring this to show, this is a soy wrapper. Some people don't care for nori. So, and you can, it's a little bit sweet. It's made of soy, and it's just another option for rolling sushi. And then just the ingredients, you'll need sushi rice. That's a special rice. It's a short grain or medium grain rice. It's more glutinous. And seasoned rice wine vinegar is the way to go. I just grabbed this at Food Lion. So when you cook your sushi rice, you want to begin by washing it. There's going to be glutinous dust on the outside. At the restaurant, we rinse it 3 times. So we rinse it, drain it, rinse it, drain it, rinse it, and drain it. And then it for about 30 minutes to dry. And that's actually sort of the first phase of cooking, because some of that water will seep into the rice as it dries. And then I would just follow the directions on your sushi rice box as far as the water to rice ratio. Okay. And once your rice is finished cooking, take it out and put it maybe on a cookie sheet or something to let it cool. You don't really want to put it in the refrigerator. You don't want to be cold. You know how rice gets when it's cold. It's that hard stuff. Yeah. So just let it cool to room temperature, and then dress it with the seasoned rice vinegar. And I use a ratio that is, so for 1 cup of rice, I would use 1.5 times that of vinegar. So for 8 ounces of rice, I would use 12 ounces of vinegar to dress the rice with. Okay. So 1.5 ratio. But there's tons of information online. So if you just want to go get a rice recipe online, there's a bazillion. And then once you have your rice dressed and your ingredients cut, I have a little things that I put together. I like to have them cut into strips that are ready to go into your roll. Okay. And so that makes it easy. There are some different things, some things that are easy for us to find right here in town. Crab meat, smoked salmon, steamed shrimp, fresh tuna. I've got cucumbers, carrots, scallions, a couple of ways. And, cream cheese is great. Love avocado. So just, any julienne red bell peppers are great in sushi.
Ew, yum. I'm not sure I've ever had that. That sounds delicious.
Well, you know what else I really like in there is just a little like steamed spinach. Just blanch it, squeeze out the water. That makes really good with sesame seeds. Some other things are.
I'm
hungry.
I have a little spicy mayonnaise. This is just sriracha stirred into some mayonnaise.
Okay.
For garnishing, there's wasabi. You can make your own with powder or use a paste, pickled ginger, and soy sauce. So that's all we have, and I think we're ready to do an example.
Awesome. So Hallock, just to confirm, people can customize their sushi roll, whatever they have on hand or whatever they prefer. So it doesn't have to be all the ingredients you have right there, but those are just some ideas, right?
Right. Yeah, just some ideas. And I mean, and I also would like to say, it doesn't have to be raw. I mean, heck, you could do slice up some steak and put that in there. That would be good. Or, fried seafood is great. I love a fried crab roll.
That sounds delicious.
So, but this stuff is easy. So, and at the restaurant, we typically cut off about a little over an inch of the roll. It's just too much. A full sheet is too much.
Okay.
And I like to have you're going to want to have a bowl of water to dip your fingers in because the rice is sticky. And I like to keep a damp rag. It makes it easy to keep your station clean.
Awesome.
All right, so to start with, the sushi has two sides. One is smooth and shiny and the other is a little rough. And you always want the shiny side out.
Okay.
And dip your fingers in the rice and just spread it out.
Hey, Liza, are you still back there?
Yes.
Can you tilt it down just a tiny bit so we can see it? I just want, yeah, perfect. Thank you, girl.
Yay, Liza.
Okay.
I have to hold it.
That's perfect. That's perfect.
Okay. So when you are putting rice on your nori, I think a very common mistake for a beginner is using too much rice. So be careful not to use too much rice. It's okay if you have holes in your rice. I'm going to hold it up so you can see.
Oh.
Completely covered.
Okay.
What is important is that you get it all the way left to right.
Okay.
Because if you don't have it all the way left to right, your ends will look empty.
That makes sense.
So you've got it left to right on the bottom and leave a space up at the top. And I'm just going to we're going to make a little spicy tuna roll right here.
I'm excited.
I am too. Gosh, yeah.
All right.
It's already looking so delicious to me.
Tuna, so I've already got it cut into strip size pieces.
And you're just kind of laying them all next to each other, right?
Right. You just want one row. You just want one row of the goodness. All right, I'm going to put a little scallion in there. If I had some avocado, it would be in there too, but I don't. All right, so here we go. You hold your nori with your mat, with your pointer finger, and hold your insides in with your other finger, and you want to push it down to the mat. So you're kind of looping over the food.
Right.
And once you get there, I like to give it a push, and I'm not squeezing the roll. I'm using the tips of my fingers to kind of tuck it in.
Okay.
And then you can just dampen your fingers. This is like dampening the edge of the envelope. And you push your mat down to the ground. You're not going to push down your sushi, just the mat. And you pull it out.
What?
That was awesome.
Wow. My mind is blown.
I know. I can't wait to pull this back up.
Okay. Well, it really is easy. And let me get my knife.
So you fold, you press.
Okay, and then
okay.
You may want to start, like, if you're going to do this at home, it really is a fun way to spend an evening. But if you want to do it at home, I might suggest starting with, like, get an extra cucumber and just practice your first couple of rolls with cucumber. So when you
oh, right,
because it takes once or twice to kind of get the feel for it.
Okay.
And then once you have the feel for it, then go ahead and put your expensive ingredients in there.
Right.
And then when you cut it, you just cut it in half. and you double them up, and you cut it in half and half and half and half.
So you've got 8 little pieces, or you should.
8 little pieces. And the goal is to get the stuff in the middle with the ring of rice around it. Wow. That doesn't always happen for us, but.
You made that look so easy.
I know, Hallock. I have a feeling it's not going to be that easy for me, but I'm excited.
Now we're going to move on to something just a little bit more difficult.
Okay.
I mean, this is also easy, but a little bit different.
A step up on the scale.
Okay, so this time I'm cutting my nori in half.
Okay.
And we are going to do an inside out roll. So I have my hat wrapped in saran wrap.
Okay.
And again, this time I'm starting with my shiny side up because I'm doing it inside out.
Okay. So inside out, this means rice is on the outside, right?
Inside out means rice is on the outside. This time, I'm moving the rice to the top of the nori and leaving the bottom part
open.
Rice free.
Okay. Like how much of it? Like at the bottom half of it's rice free or the bottom third?
About a quarter.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Then we have a roll at the restaurant that we call the Mosquito roll, and we would just flip this over and roll it up and put tuna on top. But today I was just going to show you, this is a fun way you could do maybe some sesame seeds.
Oh yeah.
Yum.
Or some little scallion. Put up like that. And then I give it a little press and a flipperoo.
Oh.
Yeah.
I know.
Wow. Okay.
All right. So, and now you can add your ingredients, whatever it is you want to roll.
And this is the same way as before. You lay them the same way. Okay.
That's right. Same roll, just a strip. And then same thing, you pinch it you get it over the lump of your goodness, pinch it down, and then just roll it on out.
Wow. Hallock, that's insane.
Oh my gosh. That's so good.
So half.
And you're dipping your knife in the water before you cut? Is that something you're doing? Or?
Sometimes it can be sticky.
Okay.
And if you dip the knife in the water, it will glide through the sushi a little bit better.
Okay, good tip.
Okay, now the last roll we're going to make is not really a roll. It's called a nigiri. And it is a little boat of rice with a piece of tuna or something on top. And there is a very proper way of motions to form these little balls. But what I like to do is just get a handful and squeeze it hard and chop off from my pinky.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of square it up like that. So it looks sort of like a football.
I can do that.
I know, me too. Me too. I got this.
And then
that's my kind of roll.
there you go. Nigiri.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
This is amazing.
I know. That was awesome, Hallock. So I think a really great tip that you shared was practicing with the rice and the nigiri and then the cucumber. I think that's really smart.
Right. Yeah. Just so you don't, just so you get the motions down.
Right. Hey, Liza, can you bring the camera back up just a tiny bit so we can see your mom's pretty face? There we go.
Thanks.
Perfect. Great job. You're doing great, Liza.
You're a great camera woman. That's the truth. That's exactly right. That's right. You're doing a great job. Well, Hallock, tell us this. What are y'all's plans for reopening? Is there anything that you want to share with us about that? I'm sure you get asked that all the time.
Well, we are looking forward to reopening. I can't tell you. We are phase 2. So on May 22nd, we will be allowed to open up for dine-in service, unlimited amount. And we speculate what that will look like, but we won't really know until it happens. We think that we will be able to operate at about 25% capacity.
Okay.
Tables will be far apart for small groups, and we'll probably be in masks. We're not really sure how to handle people waiting for tables as far as social distancing goes. We've knocked around the idea of having cocktail waitresses run around outside and maybe some outdoor entertainment just to keep people happy and comfortable.
That sounds awesome.
And outside. And we suspect that we'll still be very busy with to-goes because there will be a limited seating amount. And also, I think some people won't be ready to go out. So that's something that we're just going to have to kind of find yet another new system. It might be a combination of our old way and our new way. So.
Right. I love that. I think that's so exciting though. I think it's amazing to think about how everyone's really adapted and how much of those adaptations are going to carry forward into just everyday business, moving forward. And I know that you guys can't wait to have people back in your restaurant. Y'all do such a beautiful job of catering to your clients, and it's so entertaining and so fun to be there. So I can't wait to do that too. And I'm so grateful that you guys do have this wonderful takeout option in the meantime.
Absolutely.
Thank you guys for everything you're doing. And I'm seriously fired up. I'm going to make some sushi, and then I'm also going to order some sushi because it looks very labor intensive. And like just like you were saying, like a fun activity. I remember Hallock, you and I were talking yesterday. We're talking about this is kind of like people who are baking bread. All the folks who've started baking bread during COVID-19 because you've got some time. And you need to do something in your house. So this is a great option. Thank you for walking us through this.
Yeah, it's really great. And Hallock, before we let you hop off, we have a really important question for you that we ask all of our guests on Coffee with MC. Again, it's from a podcast that we listen to called For the Love by Jen Hatmaker. And the question is, Hallock, what is saving your life today?
Well, homeschooling has helped.
Oh my goodness.
And seriously, because I'm dragging my kids out of bed at 9 and not 6. That's a benefit of homeschooling.
Right.
But what I think is really saving my life right now has been able to go into work every day. We, when all this started, we had to lay off 24 employees, and that was a hard day. And in time, they've all done okay. We've got everybody on unemployment and stuff, but nevertheless, very difficult times. But we were able to retain 29 employees, primarily back of the house employees. And we really feel like, even we're all working together as a team because it's been such a new challenge.
Sure.
And we've had lots of meetings where we talk about taking care of ourselves at the restaurant. We're super clean at the restaurant. We've got somebody that's just there at night wiping down counters and pens and surfaces. We're washing our hands like crazy in the kitchen, wiping everything down with bleach. But we talk about them keeping those practices away from the restaurant as well, because we feel that we are a tight-knit entity, and if one of us gets sick, then it would be the end for the rest of us. So everyone's just taken pride in, sort of accomplishing this new challenge that we've been living day to day. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate every single one of them. And it's just great. It's great to be a part of that.
That's awesome.
And our customers have been fantastic. They're generous. They've been loyal. It's fun. Normally, in the kitchen, I see the tickets and they have table numbers on them. But now I see the tickets and they have names on them. And it's amazing how many times we see the same names night after night, week after week. And wow, thank you to all those wonderful customers. So I would say that the restaurant.
That's awesome. That's really awesome. Hallock, I used to live over on the beach. I used to drive past Amos every day, and I still frequently visit it, but you guys always have the longest line out the door. Lots of folks outside waiting for their tables, and now that's just moved virtually. So we thank you guys so much for doing the same, providing the same service to all of us, your customers, even though it's in a different way. So thank you so much for you and Sandy and everyone at Amos for doing great things.
That's right. That's exactly right. Thank you, Hallock. Thank you so much for being here.
All right. Well, I enjoyed it. Thanks for having me.
Have a great weekend.
Thank you, Liza. Great job.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Oh man,
That was a good one.
She's so sweet. She's awesome.
Yeah, she's amazing. She's amazing. I'm so sorry that we weren't able to go live, but I'm excited that we were able to move forward and get the video. And
Me too. And yeah, that's definitely a bummer, but we'll get it up and ready for everyone to watch, and they'll be able to rewatch it and make their own sushi this weekend or whenever. So
that's right. Whenever they want to. That's exactly right. Well, are you going to tell us what's saving your life today?
I will. So today I get to see my parents. So I'm very excited about that. That's what's saving my life today. Get to spend Mother's Day with my mama, and they get to come down. They have a place in Atlantic Beach. They are frequent Amos Mosquitoes goers, so they'll be excited that they'll be able to get some takeout from them. So that is saving my life, that I get to see my parents today.
I love that. I think that's so good.
What about you, MC?
You know, I'm going to go kind of lame today and say one of the things that's saving our life is, I don't know if you guys are watching The Last Dance, but we're loving it. It's kind of, I mean, it's just so fun to have something really engaging and something really fun that we can enjoy watching as a family. So that's the documentary about Michael Jordan. And the two new episodes will come out on Sunday.
It is so good. We are addicted to it. It is so good.
Yeah, it's so well done. And the music is
yes.
So oh my God, I love the music. Yeah.
I was listening to that Outcast song that was on the last one.
So good. It's so good.
Funny.
Well, awesome. Good. Well, thank you, Meg, for doing this with me. It would not be any fun without you.
Oh, well, that is sweet. I hope you have a great Mother's Day weekend, and I hope you enjoy your Sunday.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks so much. Talk to you soon.
Bye.